Wanna farm kills like a savage and go on ranked victory streaks while doing it? Then you're in the right video. I'm presenting the 10 hard-hitting heroes dominating the current meta, backed by official stats, fresh patch notes, and straight-up sweaty advice from Immortal tier players. Oh, and I'm not just giving you names, I'm also dropping recommended items, emblems, talents, and battle spells so you can start stomping the ranks with dominance. Let's get into it! Yi Sun-shin is basically a walking crit machine with a boat license. His passive makes him deal guaranteed critical hits as long as he switches between melee and long-range attacks. His first skill turns him into a budget dash hacker with built-in crowd control immunity, perfect for chasing down enemies, or I guess, escaping your bad decisions. But wait, there's more. His ultimate lets him summon a literal turtle ship, which honestly looks kinda goofy. But hey, if it works, why not? And yes, you can crash it into enemies, stunning everything in its path. Fast, deadly, stylish. Yi Sun-shin's your Korean oppa who shows up, crits your face, and leaves in a boat like nothing happened. 1-1 is what happens when a crackhead and a squirrel decide to have a baby. She starts off a bit weak, but once she gets her core items, she turns into the main character of every game. Her passive lets her hop around after every basic attack, which makes chasing, dodging, and annoying enemies incredibly easy for her. And don't think she is helpless against stunts. She can shrug off most crowd control skills with ease. Oh, and her ultimate? It's straight up illegal. She becomes untargetable, rains down a flurry of death, locking down on all hostile heroes within her range. 1-1 doesn't just 1v1, she can 1v all. Hayabusa is probably one of the most, if not the most, inescapable Reapers in the game. His edge as a damage dealer? Pure chaos. Thanks to his second skill, he's practically made of smoke. Blink in, blink out, blink somewhere you didn't even mean to go. Doesn't matter, you're still alive and your opponent's dead. His passive skill lets him mark enemies, and the more marks you stack, up to 4, the more it hurts. His first skill has a laughably low cooldown, so you can spam it like throwing canned goods at your opponent's faces. Whether it's a 1v1 or a messy teamfight, Hayabusa is great at being everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And if things go south, just press his ultimate and vanish into a tornado of slashes, turning your enemies into diced onions. Except, you're not the one who's crying. They are. Lapu Lapu doesn't just hit hard. He's annoyingly hard to kill too. In his base form, he's pretty underwhelming. But the moment he hits his ultimate, boom! He pulls out his great sword and enters boss fight mode. Suddenly, his attacks hit like a hangover, and his defenses literally become a plot armor. His enhanced skills during greatsword stands are beefed up, but fair warning, the man swings that sword like he's in slow motion. So unless you've mastered predicting enemy movement 3 seconds into the future, consider bringing a buddy who can crowd control or set things up for him. But hey, when those combos land, even the tankiest fighters feel like silicone top. Imagine this, Tigreal and Moskov having a baby. That baby is Kimmy. Actually, no, scratch that. Don't imagine it.
Anyways,
her damage output is straight up absurd, especially in teamfights where she basically turns into a mobile turret that never stops shooting. She has an energy bar that when filled up, allows her basic attacks to pierce her targets, dealing also damage to enemies behind them. She can attack while moving, which means good luck trying to chase her down or, I guess, run away. Her first skill lets her hover over walls, perfect for pulling off the world's most annoying escapes or chasing someone who thought they got away. Then there's her second skill that immobilizes enemies, because apparently being a mobile cannon wasn't oppressive enough. And her ultimate? Oh, just a little something that yoinks everyone into one spot, so she can splash all of them with her never-ending barrage of science juice. Found this helpful? If yes, then hit like, share it to your feeding friends, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Zidian isn't just a mage, she's a satellite laser cannon that's probably in rule pages out there. Anyway, her ultimate has global range, meaning she can delete you from anywhere on the map. And if that wasn't rude enough, it also stuns you, making it perfect for teamfights, especially if she's got a setter or a crowd control specialist holding enemies like a very violent group hug. Her first and second skills don't cover the whole map, but they might as well. Their range is so ridiculous, she could poke your marksman to death while staying away from all the melee attackers. Eamon is not your usual edgy assassin that spam dashes and blinks. Eamon prefers sneak attacks and ghosting. Literally. His passive turns him translucent after casting a skill, letting him vanish into thin air like your stars. And when he reappears, boom! His next basic attack is juiced up and ready to hurt more. Thanks to the absurdly short cooldowns of his first and second skills, Eamon thrives in the art of hit and run. He slips into the backline, deletes a squishy, then disappears faster than the enemy team's shot caller. And then surprise! He's back again like a toxic ex with unfinished business. Freya is what you get when you mix Wonder Woman, a Viking goddess, and a cheat code. Once her ultimate is up, taking her down is like trying to punch a brick wall that punches back. Or I guess, slashes back. Anyway, her ultimate cranks her stats to 11, increases her basic attack's range, and gives her a shield so thick you'd think she's using Nicki Minaj for protection. Her passive gives her a basic attack speed boost that makes it feel like she's got Inspire on auto repeat. Her skills also have such low cooldowns that she never really stops swinging, which is a nightmare for anyone on the receiving end. In the right hands, and with the right setup, she's absolutely capable of soloing teamfights and walking away like nothing happened. Arlott is what happens when a fighter and an assassin fall in love and forget to raise their childhood balance. In other words, he is an imbalanced abomination. This guy has mobility, survivability, and crowd control all within his disposal. That's the equivalent of an obsessed tsundere with a jetpack and then wondering why your kitchen's on fire after you asked her to make you a sandwich. His second skill is where the real chaos begins. If enemies are marked by his passive or just got slapped around with some crowd control, they're in for a world of hurt. Why? Because his second skill deals greater damage and resets its cooldown on marked targets. It's basically slash and refresh on loop. Think Lancelot, but if Lancelot drank protein shakes, got a tattoo, and decided he was tired of dodging people around and would rather start swiping them to slumber. Speaking of Lancelot, this man can dash through enemies like he's gliding across an ice rink sponsored by Red Bull. Thanks to his first skill, he can keep dashing again and again and again as long as he tags a new enemy each time. But don't get cocky. Lancelot isn't exactly plug and play. He needs timing, map and field awareness, and enough practice to make your thumb develop muscles. But once you've mastered him, oh boy, he becomes an elegant murder machine, slicing through squishies and backlines like they're made of toilet paper. His second skill and ultimate both serve up some of the nastiest burst damage in the game. If you blink, you might miss it, and so will the enemy team's HP bars. Do you have any other meta damagers in mind who deserve to be on this list? Leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see each other on the next one. Peace!